Hey, beautiful one. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, The Beautifully Woven Woman, where I am Alexis Piper, your lifestyle strategist and spiritual developer, so that you navigate life's difficult dynamics with a secure and sustained womanhood. We are in our vein of wife strengthening so that you can be relationally wealthy and aware. For today's video, this is segment 4, I believe, of this series, and it's going to be about connection matters. What is a marriage without connection? What is a relationship without connection? All right. Now, I'm not talking about compatibility. I'm talking about touch points. Okay. Touch points. So in this video, I want to highlight for you 5 points where you can touch and connect with your spouse. Now, again, he don't connect with me like that. He don't do, why am I having to, okay. You don't understand the power of you as a woman. All right. Remember, we cannot keep blaming. We have to show up and set the tone for how we want to be in our marriage. Okay. Now, yes, the husband is the leader of the home. Yes, he is. But you are the heartbeat of the home. Okay. He is the leader. You are the heartbeat. Okay. All right. He is the thermostat. You are the temperature. Okay. So you want to make sure that you're not just blaming him without remembering your role, your power, and your position. All right. So touch points, because if you understand your power, your presence, your heartbeat, your thermostat, your temperature, and what you bring to the table, you can begin to have a conversation, going back to video 1, to establish this being something that you want to begin to implement in your marriage. Hey, sweetie, I've been noticing that, we really don't connect as much as we used to, or maybe we need to connect this way, or I would love to get to touch on you in this way, instead of, oh, I don't know when the last time we did the approach, baby, the approach. Okay, from last video, we are choosing to say the prerequisite is that we gotta grow up. We are putting childish things behind us. We are realizing that how we are as a woman is the indicator of who we will be, how we will be as a wife. And so we're getting strengthened. You are allowing yourself to continue to get strengthened, okay? Because strengthening will build up the wealth muscle. All right. Strengthening will build up your awareness muscle. And the muscle is allowing you to become positioned to navigate healthily, wisely, confidently, courageously, boldly, and successfully. Okay. And so these touch points are significant to creating as the heartbeat of the home. Are you ready? All right. Touch point number 1, verbal touch points. You want to make sure that you are verbally affirming, celebrating, and respecting your spouse. Verbally, okay? Verbally, out of your mouth, you are saying words that make sure that you are appreciating him, affirming him, thanking him, acknowledging him, celebrating him, and respecting him. Out of your mouth, the words that you are saying do those things. They celebrate him, they acknowledge him, they affirm him, and they respect him. You can do it. You can do it, homegirl. You can do it. And you can do it from a place to where you're not lying. You can do it from a place because you remember your womanhood is always the bride of Christ first. Your wifehood is always rooted in being the bride of Christ first. And the Father, the Lord, he teaches you how to be a wife. That is a reflection of how you and he are with one another. So if you are distant from God and you don't touch and you don't verbally praise and you don't verbally acknowledge and you don't verbally respect God, then you won't be able to do it to your husband. Not in the way that God designs it to be. Because maybe, just maybe, you can do it very well to your husband and you lack the acknowledgement of it to God. So then, if that's you, I want to ask you a question. How deeply rooted is it? How deeply rooted is it? Because if you don't have the source and the supply right, you won't shake your ground. If you don't have the foundation and the order right, you won't iffy ground. That's not my opinion. That's just what the Bible says, because he says, apart from me, you can do nothing. He says, why am I going to put man before my God? Oh, no. That's not the right order. And I want to let you know that God's order matters to how you show up in your womanhood, and it'll strengthen your wifehood so that you're not on iffy ground, but that you're on solid foundation. Okay? So make sure that you are verbally affirming, respecting, acknowledging, and affirming your husband and the Lord first, because from the overflow from you and the Lord, you are able to train your mouth on how to do it to your husband, especially if your mouth is filled with some other type of things, some demeaning, some manipulating, okay, some disrespectful things. All right, you do that with the Lord, he gets your mouth together so that you can do that with your husband. All right, then number 2, touch point number 2 is the nonverbal. You want to make sure the verbal is there first. Okay, you want to make sure the verbal is there first. And you might be saying, well, that's not my love language. My love language is not words of affirmation. My love language is physical time. Well, let me tell you this. If your husband quit praising you, if your husband quit thanking you, if your husband quit saying anything to acknowledge you, is your quality time really good? Or is your quality time you left wondering, okay, but do you love me? You don't tell me. So, though the love language is a very good resource, all right, it's a very good resource. I have taken it. I utilize the resource. Okay, it is a very good resource. But I want to let you know that you are not only one. You are all encompassing. I just want to let you know that. Okay, you're not just one. You are all encompassing. You're not just one dimensional. You are a kaleidoscope. Okay, you're not just one thing over here. You are one with substance behind it, in it. Okay, so yes, that one might be your overarching, but you need all of them. You need the others. Okay, all right, have we gotten that clear? All right, so the nonverbal is another touch point that you want to make sure that is in your marital wealth account. Okay, you want to make sure that you're making that nonverbal deposit. What are some nonverbal things? You walk by him in the kitchen and you just touch him. He's laying on the couch and you just crawl up under him. He, whatever the case may be, you make sure you are touching on your husband. He might like that my husband, he likes when I rub his head. All right, so you just make sure you are doing the nonverbal, where you don't have to open up your mouth, but you know that you are touching on him to let him know that you see him, to let you know that you value him, to let him know that you want to allow him to find places of comfort by your touch. Okay, and this, I'm not talking about sexual touch. I'm just talking about touch. Not sexual touch, but the touch, the stroke, the acknowledgement of his presence being there. Okay. Then the third touch point is, bedtime. All right. Is in the bedroom. All right. You want to make sure that you're touching on your husband in the bedroom. You want to make sure that you're not ignoring your needs nor his needs. Now, you may be saying, well, my libido just ain't like it used to be. All right. And that doesn't mean that you just dry up the bedroom. All right. That means that you need to seek the Lord, talk to your women's health doctor on what you can do to still create that desire within you to touch on your spouse in that way. The marriage bed is sacred and it is to not be defiled. All right. All right. All right. The third one, touch points during breakfast, okay? If y'all busy in the mornings, y'all don't sit down and have breakfast, you get the element of morning time, okay? Before you leave the house, how are you touching on your spouse, all right? Are you touching on him through the meal that you made? Maybe it's on a Saturday, maybe it's on a Sunday, maybe, but throughout the week, are you touching your husband verbally or non-verbally, or in the bedroom in the morning time? Breakfast indicates a time of the day starting, okay? Are you touching on him in that area? All right. Text. Maybe sometimes you're thinking about him throughout the day. He's on your mind, or maybe he's not, but you are now being more deliberate about connecting in that way. Just text and say, hey, I was thinking about you. Thank you. I appreciated how you did that for me yesterday, or I'm just thinking about you. I just want to let you know that I love you. Can't wait to see you this evening. Just send text messages to give that. It's not necessarily verbal, but you're communicating via text. Okay, so just let him know that you're on his mind, all right? And when you're talking and having these connection touch points in your marriage, remember you're communicating so that, you are still secure if it's not all the time, but you know that y'all have allowed this moment to converse about establishing these touch points within your marriage so that you can continue to be companions, so that you continue to be lovers. And so companions is friends, so that you continue to be friends and lovers, all right? Now, I hope that this video has helped you. We are in our wife strengthening series for relational wealth and awareness. Are you aware where your touch points are lacking? All right. And so if you are, now let's make those wealth deposits. Let's choose to make the wealth deposits. All right. Now replay this video. Listen to it as often as you need. Like, subscribe, share. All right. Follow us on our social media platforms. That is linked in the description box below, as well as our book, my book, Wife Strengthening, where you are able to get the strength and the muscle support and the security that you need to walk boldly in wealth in your marriage and as a wife. I will see you in our next video.